Welcome to Tales from the Walk-In. This is your host, Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich. I am here with Happy Nappy Froyo. Y'all know her as Katie, a.k.a. HBK.
Ew.
And to my right is my main man, Strongback Zaddy, a.k.a. The Professional. And Clay, Bart, freaky ass dude.
I'm hungry as fuck.
Wow.
Too bad.
Gotta feed the back.
And one of my really, really, really good friends that I've known for a while, Derek Batt, a.k.a. Dēdo.
AKA Dēdo. What is good? Happy to be here.
What's going on, dude?
Man, life, I think, is what they say is going on. It's crazy. I was just saying a minute ago, I feel like I'm having a starstruck celebrity moment right now, talking to you guys in these headphones right now. But,
It's
man,
just the
life
headphones.
is
It's
just
just the
headphones. It's just
headphones.
headphones. This is so cool, man. And, proud to see you guys doing this, man. I know we talked about this a lot, when it first came to be. And seeing what's happening right now is crazy that it's just I hear, I've talked to people in the restaurant biz that'll just be like, oh man, I was listening to this podcast, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, get the fuck out. You've listened to Tales from the Walk-In. I know those guys that started that. I know that, dude, what? And it's kind of crazy because I feel like most of the time that I'm actually listening to the podcast, I'm actually either in the walk-in or putting the liquor away, and it's the perfect
best-
shit to listen to. I'm like, man, someone talking about the bullshit of putting the liquor away while I'm putting the liquor away. It's like, y'all feel me? Y'all talking to my soul right now. But happy to be here, man. Thanks so much. I've been excited to do this.
Man, thanks so much for listening, Dēdo.
Oh, dude, for sure.
We'll start this off right. Hey, so Katie, man, how was it? How was your weekend, man?
It was a little fucking weird.
Weird weekend, man.
It was a weird weekend. I don't know if it's just because there was so much shit going on in the city this week, but the clientele was weird as fuck. I didn't go back to work until Saturday night, and yeah, it was weird as fuck. I was just like the reading the room, and it was my first shift back after having my first little procedure because the ass is coming, y'all.
The ass on
The
the
ass
way.
is coming.
I heard the rumors on the podcast I was listening to
Bro,
last time.
it's
It's
in full of
happening.
fucking effect. So I was sore as shit going back to work on Saturday because I had just my upper and lower abdomen worked on.
Yeah.
So I'm still swollen like a motherfucker. But going back to work, originally it was I was gonna be in Beauty Queen with Vic because that's our spot on Saturday. And I was like, I don't even think I can do this shit today because I was hurt like a motherfucker. So I had to go upstairs and work in Rosemary and still got my shit rocked.
The almighty dollar.
Drew comes up and he was like, Katie, you're just such a great bartender. I said, you need Victoria downstairs, don't you? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, go ahead, I got it. It's fine. I was like, yeah. So here I am just doing what I do best, cranking shit out. Boom,
Drew
boom,
got
boom,
behind
boom.
the stick too, though.
Yeah, he did. He was but he was talking about how much he hates Upserve. He was like, man, Upserve fucking sucks dick for fucking service bartenders. I was like, hell yeah, it does. I was like, it's too many motherfucking steps. He was like, hell yeah, it is. And he was like, we got to figure something out. I was like, I just need Upserve and Aloha to create a baby and be
Is
the ultimate.
Upserve like Aloha? Is that what that is?
It-
Upserve?
It's a
yeah,
POS system.
Yeah,
POS?
it's a
Oh,
POS
man.
system. It's pretty easy going, but it's just kind of not user friendly. So as a
Yeah.
bartender and server, if you're fucking busy as fuck,
That's what you
yeah,
need.
right. It's exactly. It's too many motherfucking steps, to get one thing rang in sometimes, and it's just what the fuck,
We just
bro?
switched to toast. It's kind of the same thing. When you're used to Aloha and just hitting Tito's,
Right.
instead of being all this modification stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I've worked all around now and switching around to different ones. That's the one I've never done. I've never even heard of that one before. But
Yeah.
Observe.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's easy
Breadcrumb.
whenever somebody's already they have a habitat going and they're drinking the same shit. But
Boom,
whenever these
boom.
motherfuckers want to switch the shit up and get different cocktails, and it's all right, basically gotta hit the drink, hit ingredients almost in that motherfucker, and just and it's just
Dang.
You
And
gotta
you're fucking-
build
right,
the
and-
drink in the computer
Yeah,
and
and
then build it.
right, and then you're fucking four deep.
There's
and
a shake button.
people are
You
like-
hit shake in
Shake
the
and
computer.
stir.
I had one of my old regulars. He came to the bar while I'm trying to ring somebody else's bullshit in. And he was like, I mean, are you having an essay out right now? I said, I was like, pretty much. I was like, shut the fuck up though. Give me a
I
second.
love you. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Fuck that.
So, Clay, how was it, man? You were downtown with all the craziness.
I
man.
was
How-
downtown.
How was that?
Traffic was a bitch. I pretty much just crashed downtown for 3 days. I didn't leave,
Yeah.
but it was It kind of reminded me of the draft almost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close.
I mean, it was that many people, but you got one of the main connecting streets blocked off.
Yeah.
So,
I still heard those motherfucking cars zooming in my
Bruh.
ear.
Isn't that crazy?
Like
Wasn't that
it
crazy?
was like it looked like that like ghost sound. Like I just
Yeah.
kept hearing it. Like last night while I was at home and I was like I know.
Ambulance.
I was like, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's
This shit's
over,
over with.
it's
Like,
over.
why am I still hearing it?
They're so fucking loud though.
Yeah.
So like the Indy cars, I think they max out at like 235, but I think I saw the max when they was ripping through Korean vets. It went up, one car got up to like 181. I'm like, God.
Can you
damn.
think about going that fast over Korean vets just
Oh,
as a driver? Isn't that wild to think about?
But it's
It
like
feels so
they're going-
short. It's like a sprint
Right.
for 180 miles an hour. That's crazy.
They're going 181 and then they just break to like 50 miles an hour
U-turn,
just
yeah.
to hit a curb.
That's crazy.
That shit was nuts. I mean, it was dope. I thought it was a good look for the city besides all the bullshit traffic. But
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
That's what we got to figure out, man.
And
Y'all's front door is on the riverside, right? Or right in the Send right
and, like,
there, so everyone's walking right by.
The
y'all.
company that was throwing, I guess, sponsoring the race, they booked out our rooftop
I heard about
for
that
a
actually.
lot of money for like 3 hours. I'm
That's-
just gonna throw it out there, 30,000, 3 hours. They just dropped that bitch.
Yeah, they got enough to do that. Shit, Dēdo, you were also downtown, man.
Boy,
How
yeah.
was it for you, dude?
Man, it was intense, man. It was one of those kind of crazy culmination weekends where you like bat down the hatches and you're like, all right, I'm gonna mentally and physically prepare for just the shifts I'm allotted. And then we had like 2 bartenders drop out and I had to stay. And it's just like I'm working between the Southern and Acme now, so I'm hitting like brunches at the Southern, which is just around the corner from Clay, and then walking over to Acme for the night shift and rolling nighttime. I mean, the Grand Prix crowd's a different crowd. I will say what I think is great is that it wasn't NASCAR.
Man.
Left turn.
Indy's a little different than NASCAR, but it was a lot. And I'll say, like, we got busy, not as busy as I thought we would be, but man, it was a test. It was a mental test this weekend for sure. I think I ended up clocking like 61 hours between both properties.
Hell yeah.
Just because, like, you know, I can't just leave my squad. You know, like it's not even about making sure like the restaurant runs well. I feel like it's more like, you know, a bartender drops out and you're like, I have to stay because my homie here next to me is like my guy. We're in the trenches, you know what I mean? So it's like, as much as I'm staying there, to like make myself some money too. It's like I can't just leave 2 bartenders to fend for themselves. Or like I picked up a bar back shift because we didn't have a bar back one. Like we had a bar back walk out like last week.
Takes a motherfucking
and the
village.
dude, then he rolls up to me at Acme, the bar back that walked out on us like 2 weeks ago. Just walked out, didn't show up. He didn't walk out. He just didn't show up and never came back. And then he comes up to my bar at Acme and was like, "What's up, man?" And I was like, "Man, what the hell happened?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I had to pick up all these shifts because you just didn't show up." And he was like, "Well, I had to make some moves, man." I was like, "But didn't tell anybody?" And then he was like, "It's like, are you having a drink?" He's like, "I'm thinking about it." And I was like,
Get the
I'm
fuck outta here.
ignoring you the rest of this time until he left, man. I was like, I just went and took care of some other shit at the bar. I was like, nah.
It's like, and you don't
Sorry,
Now it's
man.
not right.
You
Also,
don't
now
wanna
it's not the place or the time to like
I
fucking
know.
like try to like, chop the shit up with me.
Dude,
Like
for sure.
we are not cool, my
This
dude.
is-
Like
as casual as he was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, what? Come on." Dang, Phil, you had to do us dirty like that. But hey, man, you gotta live your life, I guess.
We had a bartender quit a few days ago. He was like, I'm just not gonna show up. for
Dude,
my shift."
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
I get everyone has their own lives, and I guess maybe it's more on me that the fact that I say yes to things that maybe take my mental and physical strength and probably shouldn't do. But you know, you gotta live your life, and it sucks, but it's a part of the game, and you know, more money for my pocket, I guess. But,
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've definitely done that. Like, just I quit a job without calling anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I was working at Saltine. R.I.P. to that place. It sucked.
Yeah.
But no, like, you know, I had been bartending for a while, and they had me serving, and I was working at Finn, and I was working at Woolworth, so I was working 3 jobs, and like, yeah, and they had me like, I was going in at 10. Of course, I was a little late because I mean, I was, you know, working 3 jobs, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
And
like most people.
and they would do pre-shift right at 10 a.m. so they could see who was late. And I was just like, that's just
That's
a little
petty,
It's
dude.
just
Come on, man.
like,
We're all
chill.
adults here, dude. Like, come on. We know it's a job.
And y'all had me serving.
I think it's
And
just
I was-
fucked up how like some restaurants like want you to be like solely like dedicated to just them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool and everything, but I don't make enough money at just this one place to support myself. So y'all have to be understanding that, yes, I do have to work maybe one or two other jobs just to be able to keep it so be considerate
to
of
pay
that.
rent, you know?
Right. Like, I'll come here, I'll do what you asked me to do, but also just don't be super dickish about the shit. I mean, because there's a lot of places that do that. It's like, no, you belong to us.
You don't owe me.
No,
you
don't own me.
You give us the opportunity to make money in your space. Like that's pretty much the agreement. Like I won't steal from you.
Yeah, you know? I mean, yeah, it's crazy, dude.
But,
this whole industry is just wild.
It was
once you do it for long.
It was me, Clay, Anna, and fucking Jocelyn.
Busby?
Yeah. It's like we had a whole day. Like I was like
Finn and Pearl, man.
I was like, maybe I'll go to work. We went to Los Maracas and ate.
Fuck. That day.
Yeah.
After Freak Me.
And we got fucking
Tuesday.
And we got trashed at Los Maracas during the day that we went and bought shirts and shit from Goodwill. Like we picked out each other's outfit from Goodwill.
I still have that PBR shirt.
I got
it back.
Man, I got a Goodwill
I
problem.
love that PBR shirt.
I only shop at Goodwill, dude.
Like we got so hammered. I'm just sitting out. We're sitting behind Beyond the Edge, watching. You know what the skate shop is, chilling, watching people skate. And then I'm just laying there. It was like 10 minutes of me having to be to work. And I was like,
didn't somebody go get a shitty tattoo?
Jocelyn did.
Oh,
she had to get it fixed.
This was a day. Y'all just watching skaters getting tattoos.
Chilling, drinking.
We came back.
Just making our parents proud.
Side, though.
Just making our parents proud.
We pretty much just went down the street.
Yeah, we stayed on the east side. I think we
5 points.
We ended up at that place we don't speak about too. We had a good time there.
Yeah.
We went to Edgefield too.
I was say my pants fell off.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, your pants did fall off.
My pants did fall
I
off.
had to take you home.
Man,
I
ain't never seen Clay's pants
Wait,
fall off. Clay takes his pants
was that
off.
the same night you took me home and I ended up at
Beer Cellar fucked up. Yeah. I took you home and you ended up back out.
Okay, right back out.
I had your keys and everything, and he just ends up at Beer Cellar and drunk as fuck. I had to take him home from Beer Cellar after that. I was like, shit.
Like if I wasn't afraid of him possibly getting sick, in the course of dropping him off, I would almost kind of handcuff his ass down to the fucking bed, just to make sure that he stays in place, because he has a real bad habit of
just going.
Take me home, and then the nigga ends up right the fuck back out, being a goddamn monster. Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Y'all know so many details about such a drunken night. You're like, oh no, Beer Cellar? Yeah, we dropped him off. I'm like, damn, I can't even.
I remember 75%.
75%.
I mean,
I'm not even talking about that night because I don't know shit about that night. I'm just talking.
I'm saying. I mean,
I'm just talking about
this night. I wasn't even part of it.
In general, yikes.
Dude, that shit was that was maybe 2.5, 3 years ago.
Man,
doesn't
that feel like 10 years ago now?
Man,
he looks like he's hurting today.
Who's still in Donaldson?
Cheers, man. Cheers to Clay not being able to stay home.
Salud.
All right, Dēdo. Now let's get into you, man.
Let's get into me, man.
Man, tell everybody about you, man.
Dude, well, I guess it's funny because watching the podcast, listening to the podcast, it is interesting to hear people recollect how they got into the service industry, and it's crazy for me to think because I feel like I sometimes have this imposter syndrome because I've been doing it for 5 years. People are like, man, I've been here for 10, 12, 15, 20 years. And I'm like, hey, I just renewed my ABC for the first time. And they're like, what? And that was kind of a depressing moment, too, because I was like, okay, I can serve till 2026. Thanks a lot. It says, you are now can serve till 2026. But, man, the first service industry job I got, it was actually just after college. And I came back home to Franklin. I worked at this little place, Nashville Pizza Company out in Franklin. And it's a banging little, thin crust pizza joint that I used to serve. I used to fix up the pizzas. I used to deliver there, and then I came back from college and started managing. I was coaching basketball at the time at the high school I used to work at. Was doing all sort that was volunteer status. I used to stock vending machines, and then one of our coaches' wives was like, we got this job. If you want to do this vending machine job, finally a buddy of mine was serving at Sapphire out in the factory in downtown Franklin. And was like, man, this place is looking for a bartender, and I think you've got it. He was like, I don't know if you've ever bartended. I was like, nope, never have. Showed up. It's a Tomkats place. I've actually only worked for Tomkats for Tom in this group. So I worked at Sapphire. Tom was like, man, you got a bright future with us in this company if you want it. And then when Sapphire eventually ended up downtown with you at Finn and Pearl, that was, I mean, we built that bar. That was crazy. Vic used to bar back for me there, and he was like, how did you do this? I was like, bro, I'm still faking it, bro.
Catfish!
Yeah, catfish in the building.
Whatever.
Speaking of.
Speaking of. Yeah, everything sounded great,
man. But yeah, Finn and Pearl, we were there. Vic was bar back for me. Scott Argo, that was a whole, like, Scott and I literally showed up first day. Bo Walsh, dude, that whole Finn and Pearl, dude, Bo Welsh. Man,
Whoa,
that whole
Belch.
Finn and Pearl crew is kind of crazy. Like Kaylee's part of that crew, Anna and all them, like Patrick, like some of the homies that are like
Felix,
homies, man.
Kiki.
Felix, Kiki, oh my God, it's like it's crazy that it all kind of started there. And then once Finn and Pearl got sold, I kind of tried to hang there for a bit, but it just wasn't really like, you know, the Nashville thing, man. They wanted to change things. It was kind of a homey vibe, and it didn't really mesh with me. So then they finally took me down to the Southern, and I've just been there in Acme ever since. So it's kind of crazy. But like I said, when Vic and I were at Finn and Pearl, he was like, dude, so I'm trying to bartend and not do this bar back and shit. Like, what's the deal? And I was like, dude, I'm still faking it, man. Like, man, people be like, can you make me this? I'm like, hell yeah. And then I'll be like looking it up on my phone, and I won't have like 3 ingredients. I'll be like, actually, I lied. I can't make that for you, but I can do this if you like. And I don't know, man. It's as much as it is bullshit. I think it's just one of those kind of like the fake it till you make it. I don't think ever really stops. Like, I feel like I can like show up anywhere now and bartend wherever I want to do it, like, and can be okay with it. But again, it's just me pretending I know what I'm doing and just making that happen. Like, I'm not really the, I guess, crafty, like, mixologist bartender. I'm like the come have a good time at my bar kind of guy.
2019?
You know?
Was it 2019 or 2018? Derek was voted best bartender in Nashville.
From the people. That was the thing. 28. Oh, man. That's one of the, I mean, I'm grateful. That is a cool accolade. I mean, 2018, it was the Nashville scene, so they do, like, the voting for the public, right? So there's, like, the Nashville scene, and everyone votes, and you know, a lot of my team voted for me, which was really cool. But 2018, I won it. It was, I mean, it's a cool accolade, but again, it's with that imposter syndrome. It's like, I know there's guys that like really do this and really put in this effort to be a great bartender, where I'm just kind of like the, you know, I'm trying to make music and be the bartender guy. And so sometimes it's like, man, like I hate saying, like, you know, 2018 I got first. 2019 I was second behind Kindly Myers, I think is her name. She bartends at like Tootsie's or something. She's like a Playboy model. So I still take it as a win. I'm kind of like, if I'm second to like a Playboy model as far as bartending goes, I was like, maybe that's kind of cool. But dude, it's cool. They put me up. Voting's open again. The Tomkats nominated me again. So if you're out there and feel like voting, man, throw a shout out. But one of these days it's gonna be best rapper in town. That's gonna be that's what I'm looking for.
You can
that's
also vote for us as best podcast.
Best podcast. Are you guys in there? That's.
I don't know.
I think you can write in though. You can definitely, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's
definitely write that
let's
shit
run
down.
that up. Yeah, we'll start blasting that real quick.
I don't know when this episode is going to come out.
Listen,
but we will be posting on.
Well, yeah, I know you guys got at least the whole support of all the service industry here, man. Like I said, I keep hearing people that be like, I listen to this podcast, Tales from the Walk-In. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. That's one, dude. Y'all cover so many like
I mean,
depression,
like,
funny
listening to
shit,
us.
like all the aspects of like what people never get to talk. The shit that in the walk-in you end up talking about, like this is some bullshit. But now it's out there for everyone, and it's so relatable. Like every episode is so relatable, no matter whether it be like deep as shit and like. Jason Lalacola was on this and was talking about his depression.
Man,
he was at the first restaurant.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like I mean,
and
you know,
his growth is nuts, dude.
I mean, and then you know, he has his podcast called "Fuck You Depression," man. Definitely,
that's right.
Definitely check that out. They just released another episode, I think, yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good joint, man. I mean, I fuck with his. I mean, I fuck with his podcast because like he really dives deep into like, you know, because when we worked with him, like it's one thing like seeing Jason now and then seeing Jason then, dude, and not realizing what he was going through then.
Absolutely.
You know?
You never know, and then you're always like, man, he's a hothead, but it's like, damn, everyone has some shit that they're working through, and you never, especially in this business. And I think one of the craziest things that he said that I never really put together is he was like, when you go out with your bar front of house friends, y'all just like drink, right? It's fun. He's like, when you go out with back of house guys, it's like liquor and we're drinking, you know? And it's like,
yeah,
be a bartender and your server friends are like, we're going out drinking, we're gonna have a good time. Like back of house guys are like, we're drinking.
They still got their chef coats on.
Oh, yeah.
They still
reserve
got
us
their
this
Crocs on.
seat for the rest of the night. We're drinking. And
Like just like back to back fucking shots. Like
just, yeah.
And coasting the beer through the whole time, but still,
I
like,
can't even imagine being over a grill for an entire shift at any of my places that I've ever worked at. Like, man, that sounds like the worst thing I could ever think of.
Man, you know.
So one side, I've never done back of house. I've done hosting. I've done the bartending, serving. You do? I mean,
I've washed dishes. Like I was in the dish pit.
I've
for
done
a while.
dish pit, a little dish pit, but I've never been like the grill guy. I've never been, the prep station or the saute. I can't. Yeah, the fry guy. Exactly.
Honestly, shout out to all the back of house people right now that are fucking, because I mean,
man,
there's a shortage in staff.
everywhere.
I mean, still throughout the city. Like, please take that into consideration. Those of you that are not in the industry and you're going out, let your friends know. Be a little fucking patient.
Yeah, dude. There's like intermittent little apps now that dude. I mean, I know places that are offering like $20 an hour for dish, and dude, it's like I'm sitting here like, am I about to start washing dishes, bro?
I mean, I had a friend who's a head chef. He's a head chef, and literally he was working 15 days straight because he was down to him and like basically 3 other like people like for his staff. And I sent a shout out to my best friend because her boyfriend was like looking for a new job, and I was like, yo, if he wants to get back into the industry, I was like, I can get him a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I saw my friend.
If anyone knows anybody,
I just so happened to see Gabe that night, and I was like, yo, I got you some help on the way. And he was like, word, what's his name? And I was like,
give me his number.
Blah blah blah. I was like, I'll have him hit you up tomorrow. So I like sent to him like all of his information. Like, he's working there now, and I was like, I mean, I know it ain't. I mean, it's just one extra person. I was like, that's one extra body.
One extra person, dude. An
I
extra
was like,
body.
I mean, because you ain't getting no fucking sleep. Like, you working at like a top restaurant. Like, I was like,
you waking up, you just working. You waking up and going to sleep, work, man. First of all, man, I want everyone that listens to this that's back of the house, man. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
With you.
We fucks with you the long way. It is not front of the house versus back of the house, man.
Absolutely.
It's all of us in the same shit together, and y'all are appreciated.
Yeah.
And I respect everyone who didn't come back to work because y'all know that $15 an hour ain't enough to be doing the shit that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
y'all also now know how to take care of your mental health. We're still working on this.
That's the beauty. That's the biggest thing I think that came. One of the biggest things came out of the pandemic is the awareness that mental health is such a thing that needs to be focused on. I mean, when you really break it down to the basics, that your brain literally controls your entire body, like your movement and everything. Why would keeping that up not be top priority? Everyone, obviously you're gonna like take care of your body, take care of your physical health, but man, I'll tell you what, that self-care is a big thing, man. That's why I try and write happy songs. That's why we do that.
You do write happy songs. You are such a happy rapper.
Try, dude. And even that in itself, man, that's one of those whole things. Like, even being the happy guy sometimes is a tough thing to partake. And that's, I try and stay as transparent as possible, whether it be bartending, just out and about, or doing the music thing. And I mean, I think that's why, again, I'm no mixologist, but you're gonna have, even if you're having a bad day, I'm going to try and turn it around at my bar. If you're having a good day, let's celebrate and talk about it, because gratitude goes a long way. And I think, the pandemic at least let me know that being grateful for what I do have is such an important thing too. Like, how many people, like I said, are out of a job still, and we're, blessed enough to be complaining about ours.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm grateful I have a job I can't complain about.
I mean,
but
shit's wild,
it's
man.
Tough, man.
Especially
it's a grind.
The way it's looking now, man, is we're not. That's how you feel, huh?
It hit me.
Oh, okay.
That's the shot face right there. That's the shot face. I saw that over at the volleyball bar bash. I saw that quite frequently on this man's face.
He just had a fucking Tiger Woods like hand though, like whenever like Tiger got that hole in one, like ha.
Yeah, volleyball was a motherfucker. I think they're doing something in September.
Dude, I'm trying to MC that. Colin, if you're listening, shout out Colin too, man.
Colin's
the dude.
He did a really good job with that, man.
He was overflowing with sponsors. I mean, I talked to him. I went out there one day. I was like, because he's setting it up. He's playing with us. He's doing the umpiring for some games, and then he's getting on the mic and doing these games. And I was like, hey, man, I'm being dead serious. I'll take this MC thing if you want me to do that. And I went out and did one of those little like bouncy little ball games and the MC. And I was like, dude, if you want to take this to other cities, which I think he should.
He should definitely.
That's such a thing. And like Sandbar could hop in there, start popping places up. That was a vibe.
If don't bite his idea.
Beach volleyball,
relax.
bar versus bar.
Relax.
But anything Colin needs, I'm there for that. But that was a cool event. And honestly, I feel like for years, man, there's a lot of downtown bars where I feel like it's bar. I mean, obviously it's bar versus bar for the volleyball, but it's more camaraderie than I feel like it used to be. I feel like, you know, these people used to hate this bar and these people used to hate this bar, and now I just feel like, man, we're all just like shit.
Well,
we're trying to make some money.
Tournament day?
I was there tournament day. We lost first round. That was some bullshit. It is what it is.
Colin,
but there's
fucking flying.
Dude, there's some good ballers out there though, man.
I got hot. I don't even know why I was fucking mad, but I was just mad.
Out there drunk and mad, but like
drunk and mad.
bullshit.
Like we had
the fuck you mean that was out?
The ref came down. He was like, all right. Y'all
gotta
my
chill.
Fucking nerves.
Yeah.
Like it's a game.
It ain't a fucking game.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not, bro.
What was it? I don't even
what
know.
do y'all even win?
Yeah, that's what
like,
I was gonna say.
What did they win?
I don't know what they won.
I don't even know.
Exactly. It's out here mad for no motherfucking reason. Like,
it was a trip to I want to say it was a trip to Jack Daniel's distillery and
like, yeah. That is. It was like an experience.
Dinner or something.
I'm cool.
Call Misty. Shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Misty gets you in there. Misty's one of them too. Man.
Dude,
just hit Misty.
I'd love to have Misty on here.
Oh, dude, you should bring Misty.
Well, we'll talk about that later, but.
Misty's a cool chick. Carson from Tomkats just started working with Misty over at Jack Daniel's.
Heard about that.
Congratulations to her on a big move.
Yeah,
Misty be out here fucking moving and shaking. Like,
this motherfucker be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like
earlier than that, dude.
Yeah.
Every post of hers on Instagram every morning, it's like 6 a.m. in the morning. She's like, just got my 20,000 steps in. It's 6 a.m. in the morning.
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
It's crazy.
She's a monster.
Just sitting there fucking like power walking in place out like.
She's a boss.
She just goes to sleep, I guess.
It's
Sounds like she goes to sleep sometimes.
That's fine, because you know what? As soon as I heal Misty, I'm gonna hit you up for a training session.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go, sis.
That's her self-care, and she's all
I'm
about
not gonna say
it,
I'm gonna be happy about it because I don't like
it.
mornings, but you know.
I hate mornings.
I'm working on them.
But shit, Dēdo, I don't know how deep you want to go. I know you're sober.
I'm sober, and that's man. It's an interesting thing because it's not a. You know, I basically had just a bit of a doozy of a last birthday and was like, unofficially probably had a little bit of alcohol poisoning and kind of just spent like the 3 days after my birthday on the couch, like on the couch. You know what I mean? Like there's days where you'll be like, I'm just going to be on the couch all day and watch my show.
You were in the couch.
Yeah, in the couch, exactly. And I was like, I was like sitting up would give me a headache, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna go to the, I wasn't gonna go to the hospital. I wasn't about to die or anything, but my birthday's
like praying and like I won't do it again, please.
I jumped into some old habits I used to get into back in the day, and was just like, man, every year I feel like when you party too hard on your birthday too, you kind of have this moment of like, man, I thought I was gonna be better than last year. You know what I mean? And I'm like, here I am again, doing the same shit. And so the 22nd is my birthday. This is so crazy. 25th, I traded my car in for a truck. So that would help me quit smoking cigarettes because I always just smoke cigarettes in my car. So I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit drinking booze. I stopped eating red meat and chicken all on the 25th after trading my car in for a truck.
Fuck.
And October 25th will be a year for all of them. I've stuck it. I mean, I've had like a little bit of meat here and there, but I eat a lot of fish, but haven't had a cigarette. I mean, I don't even like spliff up a J anymore. You know, I like haven't had tobacco or booze in almost a year now, which is crazy. But I have respect for people who like have an issue and quit. Like, again, mine's not like a deep seated, you know, like, cause I'll be bartending, people be like, hey, yo, I'll buy a shot for you. And I'm like, I appreciate that. Sometimes I don't even mention I'm sober, cause then it just opens up this conversation. People feel like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, no, it's not even like that. Yeah, no, like, I'll be back. I'll be back. We're just going to see how this year goes of sobriety, you know, and it's partially to like help focus on some other things. Like, you know, I feel like probably all y'all feel this too, where like, I kind of relate it to poker chips, and like you got poker chips and you got all these things that y'all are doing, and y'all are starting to put a lot more in the podcast, you know, and I feel like, you know, I got music going, so I got a bunch of chips in there, but I got the bar stuff, and I feel like all these other chips from other places end up coming over to the bar because it provides me food, it provides me shelter and comfortability of living, you know, so having the bartending job doing what it does kind of always takes on the chip. So part of the sobriety even was to be like, even just taking that out of the bartending thing and being like, focus a little more on here instead of like staying after work and having some drink with some friends. You could come back home and do something productive for what else you're trying to do. But it is crazy to have the catalyst in my hand every day. You know, that's my job is alcohol. You know, like that's part of my job.
Slanging booze.
Yeah, and again, I'm not, you know, like y'all drink as much as you want. It's not gonna, you know, I'm still a pretty high energy guy, so I can still have a good time with my drinking buddies and not drink. But I do have like respect for people because it is definitely like a mental. I wouldn't say a mental battle because I've never really just like. I don't know, man. I like smoking, you know. Drinking's never really just been like I got to go out and drink, but cutting it out has been one of those crazy things to just be like, how much time did I invest in that, you know? And like I said, I'll be back. We'll toast. Maybe the next visit on the podcast will be like, hey, I'm just going to have a beer with you guys. And be like, oh, shit, you know, but it is really great. And I've met a lot of people who are like, you're sober? Like, how long have you been sober? I'm like, well, almost a year. They're like, I'm on 5. And it's just like the people that resonate with you in sobriety are such like changed people. You know, like I just went and bartended a sober wedding. Actually.
How did you bartend a sober wedding?
This girl, the girl that was getting married, like that we had booze there and stuff, but like the girl getting married and her husband have both been like 5 years sober. A lot of her family is. So like we had some beers and some wine for people that wanted to drink, but you know, most of it was not. And it was just kind of crazy.
Like a mocktail menu?
Well, we didn't do a mocktail. We just did an open bar, and we did have like they had like a really cool like punch. I think that they did like a tea. So we had like a sober station where you could just fill your own cups up, and then if you wanted a beer, you come and hang with me. And it was all family done. It was actually a really beautiful wedding, man. And that's another cool thing about I think doing the bartending thing is all your service industry folk. When those things pop up, everything is done in how the service staff at her wedding was all coworkers we had at work. You know, it's all like everyone steps up, and she paid us a bit, but we were like, dude, we would have done this for free anyways. You know, like that's the kind of relationships you build when you're in the trenches with everybody else.
I try never to work my friends' weddings, like especially like close friends. I'm like,
have a good time. I'm working those.
No, not my close friends, like my inner circle of friends. Like, no,
you're gonna
bro.
be in those weddings, probably. You know what I mean?
But
most of the time.
But then being like, even other weddings, I'm like, I'll give you a discount, but like I gotta get paid. Like it's
bro. If anything,
I
I've
normally
learned.
gift that as like if it's a friend that I'm doing it for, like that's my wedding gift to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yo, like I'll get this, just let me have tips.
Don't even worry.
And
about
it's cool,
it. Yeah.
and because majority of my friends are in the industry, and majority of their friends are going to be in the industry, and majority of their friends are going to be at that wedding. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. So I did that for my friend Kara whenever they got married.
For sure.
And they still tried to fucking give me money, and I refused to take it. I was like, I will not take this money. Like I was like, I will literally leave it out here in the fucking country, and whoever finds it, they can have it. I was like, but this was my gift to you guys. Don't take this from me.
I almost had to, I didn't snap on the bride, but she kept calling me, checking on the booze stuff, like the day of the wedding, and I'm like, Beth, I've got it. I'm gonna find the booze. You go to your wedding and go get married, and when you're back, this bar will be ready to go, and everything will be fine. And it was gravy. It was beautiful. Shout out Beth and her husband. They had a beautiful wedding. Like her dad did all the catering and all the food, and it was a cool experience, man. It's nice to have, but yeah, man, sobriety. It's a cool thing. I still dabble in the chiba. She's still one of my medicines because I got to have some sort of unwind. I don't know if you guys feel that, but
I feel that.
2 hours at least after my shift, I got to let my brain cool down.
Yeah, same.
We used to do it over video games in the basement, Vic.
Yeah.
I haven't touched my Xbox in months.
It's been a long time.
Or Kia.
Yep.
Was that Kia?
I just told her. I just asked her to do it.
Just the Instagram, having somebody log in out like.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
I told her to create a post for for voting.
Y'all on some administrator shit right now. That's what that is. I got the email notification. Somebody's signing into the shit right now. Doop, doop, doop. Someone's trying to log in.
That's exactly what the fuck just happened.
That is not hot sauce tuna salad.
It's not salad sandwich. It's sandwich.
Maybe it should be a salad, man.
No,
tuna
man.
No, that does give maybe a little bit.
Maybe
Hot sauce tuna sandwich.
Sandwich, man, because no matter how you flip a sandwich, man, the bread comes
They
first.
got gluten-free bread.
Tell me that's why. That's why. That's it. That's sick. That's sick.
Thank you for that insight.
That's a rap song right there. I'm the sandwich because bread always comes first.
Bread
That's
always comes first. Can't be a
sick.
salad, baby.
That's a T-shirt right there, dude.
Salad?
Can't be a salad.
Yeah, when y'all put that on a T-shirt, I want the first one.
No, this is Vic's personal shirt.
Hey, that's y'all get some T-shirts. I bet y'all sell T-shirts with y'all's little cartoons on the front.
Oh, that's the
those
plan.
those
That's the plan.
cartoons are cool.
I want
man.
that.
That's a cool
I also
little
want
picture.
I also want like T-shirts with like just like our blue logo.
Yeah.
But I also want to have like quotes from like
The
from
stuff.
certain- yeah, like-
that'd be a cool gift for
There's
people
no
too. Like,
time!
bring them on
There's no
the,
time.
There's
once
no
you guys
time.
graduate, y'all have like some
Yeah.
gifts for your guests, and
We
like
could
they
quote it like a
return.
Bible verse.
I mean, like I literally talked to some people last night
Galatians 86.
at Rosemary because they were like talking to me about the podcast and shit, and I was like, yeah, we're working on merch now, and they're like,
sick.
oh shit, hell yeah, like. So I feel like merch
Dude,
is gonna
that's
like
tight.
fly.
Get a hat that just says "Walk In."
Yeah,
That's tight.
I want to have them. Well, season 2. of
Season
course.
2.
I want to have a
start
shirt that
pushing
just
by next
says
month.
I want to
Bukkake.
start getting. I want to get at least one round going now, like just like a test run.
Just one shirt.
Yeah.
I think too, like y'all weren't y'all doing like the 86 thing? That'd be a cool shirt.
Yeah,
Just says
I mean-
86 on or 86 fucks maybe or something on the bag.
Oh, we just have a list.
Fucks.
86
Yeah.
fucks.
86.
86 fucks.
Yeah, 86 fucks.
That's one of the things we'll say to each other. It's like, dude, 86 fucks. We're out of them. We're out of fucks, man.
I like that.
Can't give them to anybody.
Ran out a while ago. Hey, Dēdo.
Yeah.
When did you find out that you like had an affinity for the service industry, man?
Do I even have an affinity for it, or does it just provide me a means? I do enjoy it. Like I said, I've only worked for the Tomkats company. I've picked up some shifts at like the Basement East now, which is actually, I don't know if you guys have ever done like the show, Obviously, we did Boom Bat back. Were you,
Katie,
you were at
Katie
Boom
and
Bat.
Clayton
I feel
were
like
at
that's
Boom-
both.
all
I
four
think
of
that's
us
when I
were-
first
right,
met you.
yeah,
and it was a
yeah.
long time ago, but that was the one right off of.
Yeah,
615.
you were
Yeah,
too.
Studio 615.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was Amadeus was there that
Amadeus was
night.
there.
That was a nice
Terry
little
was there
night,
that
though.
night? Was it
Yeah,
Terry?
Yeah, it's Alicia.
Alicia,
Yeah.
That's a whole fun side of this gig is doing the shows. I really love that. But man, I don't know. I think it was more like I was just damn good at it, and it was like, okay, I can feel this out. Because again, I still struggle with putting so much into, what I call my grind. Because like I feel like like with music and stuff, like I'm sure you guys feel a little bit of this. This doesn't feel like work, right? This feels
Right.
like this is like some shit that's like I look forward to coming and getting these mics out and being like, whereas like I'm trying to work right now on my vocabulary from saying I have to do things to I get to do things. And even with like going to work, instead of being like, damn, I have to go to work today, it's like I get to go to work. Like that I turned out to be good at. It's crazy. My dad's a tennis pro, right? And so my whole life was at the club. I used to string rackets, and it's all hospitality driven. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What can I get for you? Oh yeah, I'll make that ice colder for you. There's like a lot of things that you have to just like put up with, and I don't think I really realized how much that tailor made me for being a bartender, because it's just smoozing, you know what I mean? And like y'all got it too. The gift for gab, being able to talk to anybody, any stranger. I'm sure like someone rolls up to your bar having a bad day. You got to be empathetic enough to feel that, and it's like, you know what? Let's talk about what you want to drink, and that's the beauty I think of the Southern is there's like the turn and burns. Y'all might be a little more turn and burn at Rosemary. Like the Southern,
On the
I'm thinking,
weekends, absolutely.
Yeah.
Southern.
During the
I'm like,
week, you get to actually what I consider is actually. I mean, to me, during the week is when you actually get to bartend.
Yeah.
On the weekend is when you just fucking. You're already fucked.
robot, just
I mean, not even a
cocktail,
robot. You're just gonna be angry because it's just a flood of people continuously coming, and you just got to keep fucking moving, and people are gonna suck, and there's gonna be a lot of vomit places.
You
This is
head
what's gonna
down,
happen.
heads back up. It's a different face. Head down.
Yeah.
I
heads
did
back
a,
up,
I did a
different
lot
face.
of like nodding this weekend because I worked sober. I work sober, like, and not to say that I'm fucked up at work, but yeah, I have to like sometimes I
Yeah.
take shots like just to get me through like the fucking weekends because it's so fucking like jam packed. But because I'm like on meds
dude.
right now, I can't like have alcohol.
Yeah.
So people be like, "How's your night going?" I'll just be like, "What can I get you?" And they be like, "How's your night going?" I was like, "What can I get you?"
Small talk goes out the window when it's crunch time.
Like this girl came up to the bar and I was like, "Hey, what you need?" And she goes, "Ah!" And I literally turned around and I was like, "I fucking hate people.
Yeah.
I fucking hate people. I fucking hate people." And I turned back around and I was like, Are you ready?
My favorite is when I'll be like, "Can I get y'all something to drink?" And they go, "Yeah."
What?
Like what?
And that would be, can I see a list, please? Yeah, sorry. I thought you said you knew what you want to drink. I'll be right back.
Dude,
Thanks for wasting my time.
That shit's fucking. And then they expect you to sit there and wait for them to figure it out. Why there's literally 45 people.
I'm gonna go take care of 30 other people right now. Sorry, if you're not ready, you're gonna probably be put down to about 10th in line. I'm sorry, but I just don't have the time to stop.
If you ain't ready, who's next?
Exactly.
What's up?
If I'm like, yo, what you need, and then like, I've already seen you looking at me for a long time, so I've come to you and said, and now you're not looking at me, and then like I'm like, what you need, and then I'm like, okay, guess I'll go fuck myself. I'm on to the next person, and then now you're mad because I'm like, dude, you missed your fucking chance, man. I'll be back eventually.
For any patrons out there listening to this, if I make eye contact with you, I'm coming to you, and you better be ready.
Be ready.
Just be ready.
If you don't catch my eyes, I'm probably not going to come talk to you. When
It's
you
like
catch
a fucking
my eyes,
ring
you
of
have
fire.
my attention.
Like, let's go, bro. What's
sitting
up?
at the bar with nothing in front of you. You want something.
Yeah.
Just know what the fuck
Just
you
know
want
what you
when we
want.
get there.
I mean, I'm not mad if it's a vodka soda.
No.
Actually, I prefer to be a vodka soda.
You might want a soda water for now.
I am mad though whenever you know what you want, but then you got 5 other people that you're trying to get drinks for and they don't know what they want. Until like get your group together collectively and then I'll come back to you. Don't waste my time though, because like literally you are killing seconds, and that is seconds that I need. That is
there's no time.
There really ain't. And it's like, you know, like it's like sweating bullets back here. Like I'm just like, hey, sometimes yes, I am a dick, but majority of the time I am not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to do my fucking job, and I'm trying to take care of a lot of fucking people. Because if I ain't moving, I'm no fucking good. Like the more I got on my plate, I'm like, let's do this shit. Like crack. Like let me get this shit out, and like boom, like
please.
I think the worst thing that I don't like is like, okay, I go to you, hey man, what do you need? I go make your 3 or 4 drinks or whatever, and then I come back. It's like, oh man, I think I need. Okay, now
another thing.
I need. Now
Tell me everything.
Tell me everything. I'm not.
Tell me everything.
The people that are serving you are not stupid people.
Yeah.
They can remember more things than you can. So telling someone 10 to 12 drinks is not overwhelming because more than likely, out of those 10 to 12 drinks, 6 or 7 of them are vodka sodas.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't want you to help us get our steps in. Like,
exactly.
Like,
we're
not trying to get our steps in.
Well, when I first started bartending, the first guys that bartend me always told me the most important thing, because when I came into bartending, it was like, we need a bartender, and I'd literally never done it. And my first night shift, they fired a bartender that was supposed to train me, and they were like, Emily fired a bartender.
Emily Ramey,
man, shout out Emily Ramey.
That's Mama, man.
Dude,
That's
Emily
Mama.
Ramey is the reason I was ever nominated for best bartender. Emily Ramey's the reason I'm still doing this. So Emily, when you listen to this podcast, shout out you. Emily Ramey, the first cocktail I ever made in front of her, she was standing over my shoulder. We got a ticket. This was the same shift. So there was a bartender that was just not, let's say, uncoachable. And so she was supposed to train me for this night shift. Emily ends up firing her and walks right up to me. She goes, so do you think you're comfortable taking this bar by yourself for tonight? And I go, it looks like I don't have a choice. Let's do this. Old Fashioned comes in. I throw it in a shaker tin. Booze. She tells me, she goes, booze, bitters, simple. I put it all in the shaker tin, and she's watching me do this. She's classically trained. I mean, Emily's probably one of the smartest.
Did she let you shake it? She let you shake it.
She let me shake it, dude. I threw the shaker tin on there, threw it in the glass. Went to get the server. She stopped the server, and she looks at me. And she was like, "If you ever shake an Old Fashioned in front of me again, you'll never work for me." And I was like, I'll never forget that. And it was like,
That's Emily,
it was a trial by fire. Yeah,
that
and she knew I had to learn that way. But another thing that I learned from her was that you never take a lap around the bar only doing one thing. So I was always taught, if I'm making a circle, I need to be doing 2 or 3 things that are going to be productive for that entire circle and make it happen. So what you're saying is when I show up to you and there's 2 of you and you're having a great time and I'm like, can I get y'all something to drink? And the one girl's like, yeah, I'll take a vodka soda. The other girl's like, well, I'm thinking about it. I'll get right back to you. I'm like, you just messed up my circle because I was, first off, I'm already about to make 3 drinks that I asked these other people for, and I'm making a lap around you to give you the time. Exactly. And then I'll finish all those, and then the next circle comes around where I drop them all off, and then, of course, I'm coming back, well, now I'm ready, and it's the same exact thing that her friend was sitting next to her. And it's like, I just wasn't sure, Yeah.
Yeah, you queued up.
You in the queue.
But, yeah, that's
Man, you know what? I mean, I know you're not drinking, but me and Clay are, man.
I'll still toast, man. I'll still toast, dude. Come on. I'm still...
Shout out to Emily Ramey.
Emily Ramey, dude. Dang, you make me almost want to take a shot for Emily Ramey. But
no.
We're going to make it a year. We're going to make it a year.
Yeah, we're going to make it a year.
We're not going to.
We're going to make it a year.
She did the same thing to me at Finn. I was training Patrick. And I was training Patrick, who is now, he's the GM of, he's fucking crushing it over there. What spot is that over there in the Gulch?
Adele's? Is it Adele's? Because he's stuck with them. He's stuck with that company, right?
Yeah, no, it's a pizza spot over there in the Gulch. Is it Emmy Squared?
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So the same company that ended up buying Finn and Pearl out, he's stuck with them. Man, dude.
Yeah, Patrick's crushing it, man. But like, Patrick they were training the bartender, and she's like, yeah, Vic, you train Patrick. I was like, all right, cool. I get to train somebody. Yeah.
This was my bar back when we opened this restaurant, I might add. That's how that rolled.
I mean, Emily taught me how to bartend, and so she felt comfortable with me training somebody else. Patrick puts a Manhattan in a shaker tin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And Emily fucking smacks the tins out of his hands. Doesn't yell at Patrick. She does not yell at Patrick. She looks at me and says, Vic, if I ever see a motherfucker shaking a Manhattan behind the bar, you will not work for me again. I was like,
I did. But did you forget that ever?
I mean, I knew not to do the shit.
I know, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emily had that way of making a point that there's ways I feel like I've been trained by certain bartenders where they'll shame you because you don't know what you're doing. Emily's going to tell you you're doing this wrong.
I mean, it's shame.
In a great way.
It's still shame.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, I think sometimes embarrassment is the best teacher.
That's true too.
And it's like, I didn't do it to be a dick to you. I did it so that you won't do it again.
You'll remember this moment.
Because this happened on a slow night. Now, if it happens when you're getting your shit kicked in,
that ain't cool.
It's fucking awesome. But if it happens when you get your shit kicked in, it's like, now you're fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Now you're being a hindrance to the whole thing that's going on.
To the system.
And now you're making it look like we're stupid. You're not just making you look stupid. You're making you're making your friends look stupid.
Yeah.
You're making the management look stupid. And it's like, Emily just had that way of teaching. Like when she taught me, it wasn't. And she would always come back like, this is how you do it correctly. But like, you're fucking dumb for doing it wrong. And I got yelled at for Patrick.
That's true. Mean, but look. I mean, I bet if we talked to Patrick, he would remember that same experience.
He would never do it again.
Yeah. He would remember seeing that tin smacked out of his hand and you getting chewed out for it. He would remember that.
There's always coachable moments in this fucking industry. Like, a lot of times people think that, like, being in a management position, like, whenever you're, like, talking to your staff, sometimes your staff gets offended because they don't know how to accept coaching or guidance. I'm not, like, harping on you, like, because I think I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job because I'm here to make you better. I'm also here because you work under me.
And my ass is on the line.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Sure. So, I mean, I always tell everybody, like, it's my ship.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm here and I'm the manager, it's my ship.
Yeah.
So I just want to, like, I want everything to flow on my ship. Like, I'm the captain.
Yeah.
I'm steering the shit. If you don't like it, you can get the fuck off the boat.
I've never like managed at a bar. I was offered it a couple times and I refused because I'm kind of a in my lane guy. My lane's pretty defined. But you said you've managed before. Like I always wonder because you seem like I feel like I'd be your friend even if you were my manager. And I know that that's got to be a struggle too to say that we're all friends in this because we all are doing this crazy shit together and we're all friends. But that's what the tough decisions for managers, I think, are, is because if you are friendly with the people below you, then eventually it's going to be a take advantage kind of situation.
Right.
It's like, I thought we were friends. It's like, yeah, but I have to do this, to make sure everything runs smoothly. So is that tough for you sometimes? Like as in the management position, being like, these are my friends and now I have to be authoritative.
Right. Well, before, whenever I was managing, I hired pretty much all of my bar staff.
Yeah.
And they were all people that were, my friends and that I had worked with. And I knew that they could fucking do the job.
Yeah.
So, yes, that was a problem because I did feel like I got taken advantage of a lot because I'm also just, I'm a doer.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to fucking, you know what?
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to be here. Right. Because at the end of the day, this is my job.
Yeah.
Also, I like fucking money.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't gonna fuck up my money. I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna grind whatever I gotta do. Now being in like a shift lead management position, I don't really like to let the friendship shit get in.
Yeah.
Like it's a different thing. Also, like where we work at. I mean, there are like a couple people that like want to give you shit sometimes, but at the end of the day, we can always like talk the shit out.
Yeah.
But I'm also just like, again, I don't want Jim or Drew saying shit to me.
Yeah. Let me do my thing.
Like, because if I get woken up by another motherfucking group text over some like petty shit, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
keep
the
that
object
at
of
home.
the game. I mean, you know, in that area, like, because me and Anders, when me and Anders would work together on Sundays before there was like shift leads and all that other shit. Me and Anders' whole fucking goal was like, hey man, no matter what the fuck we do tonight, let's just make sure we don't get a text in the morning.
Right.
Like, I don't care what the fuck happens. Like, Anders, we can, and Anders like, Vic, we can eat Molly if we have some right now. Do you have some? Like, I actually kind of do.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, we can do this. Just like, man, let's just make sure we don't get a text message in the morning. Look, even if we're here till 7:30 a.m., if we don't get a text message, we're good.
Yeah.
It's just
no morning text.
It's like something about getting it's something about getting a text from like the higher powers that be. And like you can't even like you don't even know what the context of that text is gonna be, but it's like early.
It's like
in
as soon as you see the name pop up,
right?
And you're like, what did I do?
And like it's also early as fuck in the morning. You know that you were the fucking closing manager that night, and you're like, I'm just like, what the fuck is it now?
What did I miss?
What did I do?
What did they think I missed?
Am I fired? Did I do something fireable?
And I'm literally just like, all right, cool.
cool.
But like the thing is, like we also have like different platforms on how we like communicate at RBQ, and
the text message. No, the text message pisses you off. It's
like the text message, and then like the app, and then it's just like my phone is just like I don't sleep well.
Yeah.
So like my phone is on silent, but my vibrate is still on because I won't.
Are you a light sleeper?
Yeah,
I am.
I sleep like shit.
The smallest thing.
The only time that I don't sleep or that I sleep well is whenever I'm not in like my comfort space, which is weird. Like that's where you think you would like sleep like the lightest.
He's like, nigga, I'm out.
But yeah, I'm like I'm not at home. I'm not like
I'm
accustomed to these
noises,
noises. Yeah, I'm like literally like
what?
out like a motherfucking light.
Backseat of a Chevy.
Knock the fuck out.
At home, like the slightest like sound is like so triggering to me, and I'm just like up, and I'm just
I sleep pretty hard.
Yeah, it fucks up my sleep. I don't sleep well, like, and so I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then like just to wake up to a bad text. No, I can't go back to sleep now.
Yeah.
And I ain't got to be at work for another 7 hours. But guess what? I can't motherfucking do sleep during the 7 hours because
how
now
hard
I'm just,
was it to get to sleep anyway?
Right, exactly. Like sitting, like twiddling my thumbs, like doing whatever I can do, like trying to just like stay in the bed, like and just like. No, I'm not gonna take no melatonin because I'm gonna wake up feeling like dog shit if I do that. Like, no, it's just like, don't please, y'all. If you just like, just do what I asked you to do.
Yeah,
I'm laid back as fuck whenever it comes to being manager. Like just don't like piss me off.
I mean, the thing about it, like the powers that be, man, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like that is actually supposed to happen when something's fucked up. When something's fucked up in their eyes, they are supposed to contact the person that was in charge. My whole thing was just like, hey man. But then also it would just be me and Anders instead of like 6 other people. And me and Anders would be like, yeah, this sucks, Vic. We're high as shit, huh? I'm like, yeah, we are. And he's like, man, I really don't want to mop these floors. I was like, shit, I really don't even want to sweep these motherfuckers. He's like, let's go smoke a cigarette and then go sweep and mop. Like that.
You know what I
like? That was like literally our lives.
You know what I found helps with the group message is just not reading them. And time and time again, I'll show up and be like, "Did you not get the group text?" And I'll be like, "I probably did. Yeah, it probably dinged. Yeah."
I mean, that's how majority of our staff is now. Like it's like obviously, no, they didn't even read it.
Well, my thing, again, I've never managed either, but like my thing is if there's something that you do need from me, they know I'll probably step up and do it. But call me, like I'll be, call me because I don't need 12 people. Ding, ding, and I'm like. that just sounds like I don't even want to look at that text
Right.
feed.
Especially when the dingers are coming real close together, like ding, 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 ding. Oh no, man! Let me just swipe this motherfucker to the right and put it on the little nighttime mode.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that
oh,
happened
yeah.
last week
Like,
with y'all motherfuckers.
Oh, we were just being assholes.
Yeah,
Like,
Jim's text me like outside of that because whenever I was like stop, and he was
he
like
took it the wrong way.
right, but I was
Yeah.
like I'm saying stop because I knew what he was like. You don't pay attention to what you're about to start, like, and then all y'all motherfuckers. I'm like,
Oh, we're petty.
like, yeah, I'm like, do you understand how many boys we have on staff? And boys crew is the most immature crew, like, cause y'all just
Mercy also jumped in also.
Yeah.
And
She's different.
Just because we were talking, it just went from like mop up with this to
So,
like
well, Jim texted me and he was like, "Please don't tell me to stop whenever I'm trying to like make sure that these like expensive ass toys." And I said, "Sorry, but I'm on the phone with my doctor and my phone is continuously dinging while I'm trying to have a conversation."
I don't think you were talking to Jim when you said stuff. I probably thought it was
No,
us.
I was talking to Jim because he was the one like literally like, "Don't put like the
yeah.
individual." And I was like,
That just made like I mean, Honest
And
was like how
it
much
and
how much for
literally-
a shot of that floor cleaner?
it ended up being like 15 additional messages, and I was like, "You like this is why I say stop on things like this."
No, because we're assholes.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, you just created a whole monster, and now I'm just sitting here like,
Just assholes. I mean,
Sorry.
I was
I'm
like,
gonna
man,
kill all
You
of
got to
you.
get pranky every once in a while.
You
too.
got to.
Y'all ever show up to like a work one day and you're just like, I don't know what, like you'll just be watching everyone kind of open it up and you're like, I'm feeling pranky as fuck today.
Sometimes yes.
Yeah.
Man, and
I am actually that.
I'm
guy.
like, dude,
I had that shit
I'm just
happen
gonna
to me,
do some stupid
you?
shit
and
today.
it's not fun.
That's just
It's not
fucking
on the
fun.
other end.
It's
You don't like it, nah.
I was at work all day, and I get home, and I went to go take a drink of water out of my water bottle.
Oh no.
One of my coworkers filled it up with pickle juice.
Oh yeah, that's just trash. No, Jack did that with me with olive juice. He knew I hated olive juice. He's like, "Yeah, let's take a shot, Vic."
It was.
And
It might have been. No, it was pickle juice.
trash.
I was like,
See, the way you prank them back is you chug it and then thank them for filling your water bottle up
I
with
was at
pickle
home,
juice.
so I couldn't do shit.
Okay, this is one thing.
I was at the house. It was over.
This is one thing.
That's the long prank. That's
Me, Jack, and
I owe one,
Aileen.
Katie.
We used to do
Not
this. On the fucking the soda gun.
Uh-huh.
We got this black gaff tape that kind of blends in with the soda gun. So like we would tape the soda gun to the holster.
Yeah. And you try.
So like we would do it when you're busy. So it's like when you getting your shit kicked in and you ready to go like do a vodka soda, the fuck.
I'm gonna have to use that one. I've never done that. I'm gonna have to use
It's
that one.
fucking hilarious. And I mean, you gotta get pranky sometimes,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
You
I
gotta,
mean,
you gotta keep the job
I
fun.
think I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Anything
I'm gonna do all
you
the
can
fun.
do to get through the shift, man. That's part of why like normally I like to either wear like my happy shirts or like I got a smiley face hat and some shit like that, and like you got to find anything you can do in like the monotony of the bullshit that we do with on a regular basis to just keep you in high spirits. It's like
This nigga got a rape whistle.
no,
No, you gotta blow it now. It's in your
no,
mouth.
yeah, let's hear
No.
it.
Let's hear the
Come
whistle. You
No.
got
We got on headphones too.
No, okay, yeah.
And we're in a closed space.
why do you have a whistle? I'm worried.
Because, man.
He be disappearing.
He got it from Colin at Bar Bash.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't get it. from
No
Colin.
way, did
I
you?
got it from. I did get one.
Another
from
one of the
Colin.
umpires?
Another Colin.
Another one of the umpires.
Because bitches be lurking in these bushes. I gotta be ready. You can't fight them all.
Can't fight. I've seen Clay out and about. He can't fight all the women off.
Clay
That come
can't-
talk to
Clay
him,
can't
man.
fight.
There's a lot of women that he's fighting off apparently. And it's normally they're fighting.
He can wrestle.
He's normally fought his shirt all the way off his body too.
Yeah, I've seen
I
him
think
do that.
anytime I run into Clay outside of like him just
If
leaving work,
Clay
his
is
shirt's
if
off.
Clay is out, if
shirt's
Clay
off.
is out and his shirt is off, if you see him,
Run.
turn around and go the opposite direction because
Leave.
he is clearly not Clay.
It's Bart.
And the
he is
wife
also
beater's
not.
normally
He
hanging
is
out the
also
back
not
pocket.
Bart at that moment. He's that other nigga that we don't like.
don't need to
much.
talk about him.
Yeah, he is that one that.
That's so bad.
Is he in the bar with his shirt off? He's in the bar with
that
his shirt
nigga-
off.
that's
Yep,
that
yeah,
nigga
he's in
Jerron.
there he is.
Hector or somebody. I don't know who the fuck it is, man. We don't talk about that
Just
guy.
out
man.
here, oh
Just
God!
out here, just ready, shirt off, and the worst dance move. Just
Oh, he's.
I'm still
Clay
traumatized from
twerks
boom
more than
bap.
the ladies I see out downtown. Clay
yes.
finds himself in the midst of twerk offs, I think, quite frequently.
he twerking too.
I am literally
And
still
listen,
traumatized.
listen. Listen, he's not unskilled.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm still gonna toast with y'all when y'all do this. I'm just toasting with water, dude. I want to still be involved. Man.
I'm like still traumatized from Boom Bap at the last Boom Bap at Basement East. Whenever Clay came up to me dripping sweat, and he was so fucked up out of his mind that he literally licked me from the bottom of my chin all the way up to my fucking eyeball. And it was me and Alicia there.
Oh,
and Alicia, we wrote
Alicia,
like,
huh?
yeah,
okay.
yes,
Yeah, okay.
That was a long night.
and yeah, I was just like in total like shock because I was like, what the fuck? Just, and me and Alicia like.
That nigga just licked you.
I need
I think that was the night we was all doing acid at the crib.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that.
Is
Yeah.
it Boom
It was a
Bap?
cookout.
Boom Bap,
Yeah, we were on acid.
Yeah, and Clay was like, and like, but
I
then
miss the good
right,
old days,
but then
man.
like
Damn.
after licking me, he like proceeds to wipe his sweat on me, and I was like, you got to get away from me.
I hope
Oh, no,
someone
we was fucked up.
I hope someone's
Yeah.
listening to this episode of the podcast and their friend walks in right when you say that without any context.
Yeah. Just
After
licks
he
you.
licked me, he wiped his sweat all over me. And then they walk in, they're like,
Sounds like a romance.
I like
novel.
this podcast.
Listen,
I like this podcast.
This is not a Zane novel.
That's the novel, and Clay's on the front with his shirt off.
Listen,
He licked me and wiped his sweat.
This
all
is
over me.
not a script from the fucking Zane novel. This was not sexy at all.
No, it just
I
happened.
was shook because I'm out here in these streets trying to snatch any soul
You should have had the whistle.
other than yes.
Man,
Yo, is the
okay,
Zane
so-
novels, was
And
that
I
really a
went
book?
home.
Yeah, that's
Those are really books?
Yeah,
I
that's
used to see
crazy.
that. Didn't they have a TV
Listen,
show?
No,
listen.
you
50,
can't-
There was a
50
little,
shades,
there was a little
50
After Dark.
Shades
No,
of
I swear
Grey.
there's a Zane
You can't put.
something.
You can't. You
It's
can't.
like a- it's like
yes,
a-
there was.
There was?
Yes.
It's like on HBO
Yes,
or
You
something.
can't
Yes.
put Zane on
Yes,
TV.
you
no,
can.
It was that
That shit
softcore
freaky.
stuff, though.
Yes.
It was like you could see
Zane
the
was
boobs.
way
Listen, I
freakier
knew-
than Freaky Shades
Yes,
of Grey.
that's what I'm saying. 50 Shades of Grey ain't got shit on fucking Zane. I'm gonna
Ain't
say it
that.
right now. If you go read a
She's
motherfucking
snapping.
Zane book, I bet you can go to motherfucking
Motherfucker, read a
McKay's.
book.
I
McKay's
like the
in the
red
erotic
crayons 'cause the
section
red
and
ones taste the best.
snatch the motherfuckers
Learn
up
something.
because
Learn something.
we used to read those shits on going to gospel competition when I was in college. Because listen, we were just going to sing just to
Yeah.
win. We were not holier than thou.
Jesus knows your heart.
We were just
Look,
Jesus
on the bus.
Jesus tips 20%,
On the
by the way.
bus.
I don't know if
Look.
you guys knew that. Anyone out there listening?
Look, two of us
Jesus
sitting.
would be
Look,
also
two of
mocked
us
of
sitting
his
beside
poverty
each
left.
other. Look, two of us sitting beside each other. Got two people like leaning over, taking
This is
turns.
really good.
Reading the
yeah,
books?
taking turns reading them out. Like, hell,
Dang.
yes,
How old
like
were you?
we were in college.
Oh, okay.
Dang, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Zane, yeah, because I swear that used to be an HBO show, and it was some of that like subtle softcore stuff. It was like
Yes.
you'd see her boobs, but then
Yes.
nothing else. They weren't. It was all just like I don't.
But
You can't
just
see us right now, but I'm moving in a weird way.
Ain't-
Just to add to the end
Y'all
of that
better
story,
go get a Zane book and
after I licked your face that night, we were barbecuing. So
No, we okay.
I'm gonna finish it with like we were barbecuing and the fire was done. I put this fucking pork loin on, and it was sitting on there from like the time we left the house until the time we got back. That was the most fucking delicious pork loin I've ever got.
What's crazy is because like me, everybody that ate acid, it was me.
And Larry put the ketchup in the counter.
Shout out to shout out to Brassville, shout out to Larry J. But no, we
Brassville, they're
we,
banging.
we cooked so much fucking food and didn't get to eat
didn't eat
none of
shit.
it. We didn't get to eat none of it, man. Just
y'all's fault.
everybody.
No, those bitches
those
came over there.
bitches
They
did.
were fucking savages.
Those bitches came and ate all our
We
food.
didn't even know them.
I knew, like, no, I didn't know none of them.
Yes, well,
They were hungry.
you know
that's
what?
again. That's y'all's fault.
Food.
Again, that's y'all's
I'm
fault
talking about, man.
because they got an invite from somebody, regardless if you knew
Somebody.
them from
It's like me and Vic got back home, like, we about to smash this barbecue, and it was like,
Ain't nothing but a pork loin
that's
left.
all we got.
And I, you know,
On a dead fire. On a dead
No,
fire.
no, the fire was still rolling,
Oh,
man.
okay.
The fire was
It was slow smoke. It was like
Yeah,
low,
yeah,
slow
yeah.
and low, baby.
Nice.
It was like 5-6 hours.
That's
We just
crazy.
partied.
man, I used to always get used to always get the salmon patties from fucking Publix.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of this.
You only talk about food like this if you've been in the service industry long enough, dude.
For real.
I'm telling you. How much do you appreciate good food now that you work in the business?
They salmon and dill patties, man, and like
they busting.
And I would grill them every time we cooked out.
Damn.
Them bitches ate every last salmon fucking burger.
Damn.
Whoa, where are those girls?
I've never seen them again.
They didn't cook for y'all once, did they?
Never.
Y'all had the whole barbecue.
Hours.
I mean, and tripping balls on acid.
They strictly came for the food.
Man.
Absolutely.
No shit.
I think
I'm not even mad at them. I really appreciate them, and I hope they're still out here in these streets doing the same
I hope
shit.
they
to
go
me.
Go up and eat someone
I
else's
still hope they're out here
dude.
being reckless in these streets, going to barbecues, not
You know
knowing y'all motherfuckers and taking your food. Take
know
their
they
food.
read- you know
Take their food.
You know they're reading the Zane books. They're reading the Zane
I mean,
books.
but it
If
was
you
a-
taking barbecue from strangers, you've read the Zane books.
They
before.
weren't strangers. We just didn't know
Yeah.
them.
And we was cooking on the grill too. The grill that was
That's
on the
true.
fucking ground. It wasn't even a
Oh
big
no,
grill.
y'all are trash. Ghetto.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we was in a small place.
Actually, this place wasn't that small.
I mean, the
It wasn't.
backyard was small.
The backyard actually
was huge.
Kind of. The backyard was
In my
kinda big.
perspective, it was a
kinda-
small backyard.
I had 2 gardens in the backyard. The
If you
backyard was
wrapped
pretty
around,
big.
that didn't get sun because it was on a weird part of the house.
And then yeah.
Oh man.
But it was
But anyway, the food wasn't that trash because it got eaten.
but the pork loin was delicious. The pork loin was
best you ever. And it's always the food you forget about.
Slow
And when
and
you
low.
get back home and you're like, oh my god, we've been cooking a pork loin.
We
for
thought it was burnt because it was like, oh shit, this shit been sitting on the fire. And then we
You
opened
cut
it up, and
it
it was
was
like
juicy as a bitch, wasn't it? It was juicy as a bitch.
Let's
huh?
go.
There's food because we didn't have any other food.
Food.
We didn't have any.
Just
But
straight pork.
shout out to Brassville though, man. Shout out
Hey,
to Larry, man.
they're-
Brassville.
Yeah,
is
they
fucking-
doing anything.
They're nice, man. I've heard them play at Acme before.
Okay, so me and Larry and Marcus, he's a trombone player there.
Right,
man.
that's the big. They got what, like 12? Is there like 12?
It's like 8 of them.
8 or
It's 8 of
12.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, Larry, and Marcus, we went to middle school together.
Oh shit.
I've known those guys since I was in the 6th grade, and for some reason we went from middle school to playing in the band in middle school, playing in the band in high school, playing in the band in college, and then just living in Nashville.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah.
Because you're not from here, right?
I'm
You're
from Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah,
That's
I'm from
crazy.
Virginia.
And what are the odds that the 6th grade homies are gonna just be down the street?
For me, it's crazy that the odds are like not that crazy because it's
I guess that's true too.
me, Spencer, Larry, Lloyd Thompson. Shout out to Lloyd, who's being a wonderful father, and Spencer Glover. I met Spencer in high school, but I known everyone else since middle school, and we just all. I guess we don't even call each other friends anymore. We're like family because their moms check up on my moms, same shit.
tight.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird to see us go from being kids in one state and then being adults in another state that we're not from, and we've all been here. And
I've only lived here, man. Well, I mean, I've lived in Tennessee my whole life, but
you from Franklin?
well, I'm from Nashville originally, so my mom used to be a labor and delivery nurse at Vanderbilt Hospital. So we were born down at Vanderbilt, and we grew up in the Bellevue / kind of Belmead area, which was close to where my dad's been the tennis pro at Hillwood Country Club for 30 years, late 30 years. But we were in that area for a while, and then did move out to Franklin, and it's crazy because the running joke is I think that locals are now called unicorns, and I think that's more because it's because there's so little people that have actually stuck it out, which I actually think there's more of us here than most people think, but
Just in
because
different
so many
places.
are moving here from other places, it feels like that kind of thing. I also, like, every time someone's like, oh, you're a unicorn, like, I'm pretty sure in, like, the kinky world, like, a unicorn's like a +1 to a couple. I think that's
Hell
what that
yeah.
means. I
Got a
think
horn.
somebody told me that one time. You know, like, you got a couple and then they got, like, a girlfriend on the side that, like, does things with both of them. I think that's a unicorn.
I got to get rid of my pants then.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Derek, I got a question for you.
Yeah, man.
What's your Waffle House meal?
Damn, man, you jump straight to it, huh?
Man, my Waffle House, dude.
That's a whole ass last question segment.
that's fine.
You just
We
I guess
can
we're
jump
doing it
around.
reverse
We can jump
Go whichever
around.
way it
Yeah,
happens.
you can
man.
cut through
I
around.
just feel like, man.
Did you pop a Molly earlier?
There,
No, I woke up.
There's
like this.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you
probably
know,
mushrooms from
Dēdo's
4
on
days
the
ago.
podcast. He's
I
nervous.
literally have
dude.
been eating mushrooms for like the last 2 or 3 days.
Dude, I've been microdosing on a pretty regular regimen.
He's
now.
not even microdosing. He's just dosing.
Well, props to that too, because it helps your brain, dude.
No,
That
and then he's just
psilocybin
like,
helps
and
your
these
brain.
mushrooms kicking my ass, man. That's all I fucking hear all the time. I'm like, you're so shut the fuck up.
Hey, but he's,
People
hey,
shouldn't just give me mushrooms randomly because, like,
You
know,
can't give anything to Vic. He has to have somebody that gives it to him.
I need a chaperone.
No, so you're not
Yes.
listening for it.
but here's the thing:
No.
is he smiling? He's smiling, isn't he?
All right.
And ain't that what it's all about?
All right, Mikey.
Ain't that what it's all about?
When
Give
you're
it to Mikey.
smiling,
He'll eat anything.
Fucking Mario
when
out
you're
here,
smiling, the
When
whole
you're
world
Well,
smiles with you.
for a long
That's a
time,
lie.
bro. Mushrooms.
No, you're like Luigi.
Oh yeah, Waluigi.
See?
Waluigi, dang, Wildin' Luigi, Wildin' Luigi.
yeah.
Hey, I'm tinking it. Hold on, I'm tinking too, man. We're tinking waters in here.
Hell yeah.
And
They're
coconut
acting
water.
like they're the
Shots
only.
of water.
Shout
no,
out to
man.
my first sober episode.
Yeah, hey, come on now. That's
Welcome.
what's up.
Yeah, welcome. I'm sober too.
Me too.
I've been drinking
I'm
tequila.
actually sober, fuckers.
Me too.
No. What's your Waffle House meal, Derek?
All right. Well, for the longest time, I definitely was a all-star special guy. That was kind of the go-to. But there was a guy that I used to. So this guy that worked for my dad, we used to, like, when I started working there, we would just take these little lunch breaks, and Waffle House was normally a thing. And he used to get, I guess it's I think it's called the patty melt. Is that
melt.
right?
Yeah.
And we would just the patty melt with some of the Tabasco hot sauce. It was just so clutch. And they always cut it, you know, I don't know what it is about triangle sandwiches.
It's better.
It's better. I mean, you can dip them, you can you
It's
just
the
eat
angle,
it
like,
by
you can
it's
just
the
put it in your
angle,
mouth.
exactly. So I'd have to say like
Pause.
the go-to, well, and it is kind of a weird thing because I did go back and, you know, like I said, I haven't been eating meat or chicken, so like I'll even just do some hash browns, but the go-to was probably the patty melt outside of the All-Star Special. I just love going in there and just listening to them call it out because I'm just like, but smothered, covered, buttered, and something. And I'm like,
They never make eye contact. They just start calling that
dude,
shit out.
That
like,
grill cook is just on the grill, and that is it. It's like,
and they be facing you still, like
Yeah.
on the other end, and like just start calling shit out, and I'm like hurt. Like
We need to
I'm
go
like, you
to the
better.
one over there by Opry.
mad props
Yeah, we
to
need to go to
Waffle
our-
House.
yeah.
Vic had a
cooks.
horrible
Yeah.
experience
Vic's
last
never-
night.
Vic-
I did go over there a couple weeks ago.
Vic is never going to Trinity Lane again.
I went to the one by our old crib, and the fucking cook or somebody there, he fucking remember me.
Oh, he's still over there?
One of them.
I'm finna pull up. I gotta pull up.
I like when
Bruh.
people remember
I
me,
cannot.
man.
I cannot go to the Trinity Lane Waffle House anymore after last night.
Censor. Chase.
Yeah. Chase, do not record any of this story.
No, it's
but
being recorded. Just censor.
just don't.
Keep
Yeah.
the story, but censor the location.
No.
No.
The whole story.
No,
no.
Dip his dick in the waffle batter or something?
no.
No, yo. So I'm coming. I go in the Waffle House. Chase, this story does not exist. Just chop it, leave it for something else. The story don't exist.
But keep it.
But keep it.
keep
But nah, man. I go to Waffle House, nigga. It's like 2:30, 2:50, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's storming, raining. Right? It's storming, raining.
This last week?
It's last night. Like, I go up in there, and I'm like, man, I gotta pee. I gotta pee real bad. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm gonna order some food, but can I use our restroom?
Just went. Just walk back there.
And she was like, no, you can't go use the restroom. I was like, but I'm a paying customer. I'm gonna pay you, and I just want to go use the restroom.
Just went.
Bruh, then one lady came up, she was like, look, there's a place you can go use the restroom at, and it's called Love's Gas Station. The truckers.
Why are they getting
she
an
wants you to walk
attitude?
across the
Why are
street.
they getting an attitude though?
Bro,
She wants you to
no,
cross the
that's
street?
not walking across the street, nigga. That's literally getting in my car and drive.
no, Love's is across the street. Like
That's
through the
down
lane.
the street.
Yeah.
And it's pouring down raining. I'm like, nigga, I go pee outside if it won't pour and raining. I'm cool with like going around the corner and peeing. But like it's a downpour right now. So like
I gotta pee, bitch.
I gotta pee. And I was when she said, I was like, man, damn man, the customer service here is very horrible. I'm gonna go to the one on Dickinson Road and fuck y'all.
And the fucking Love's got a 24-hour
Nigga, and what I did was
Fuck y'all.
I chose violence.
Oh man,
I chose violence.
Jesus Christ. Last night?
Yeah.
he must be a bartender.
Bro, I went around the back, bro.
This shit is most definitely getting edited.
Yes. bro, I went around the back and I peed on everything.
No.
Like, I mean, I peed on everything, nigga. Anything that could get peed on, nigga, I peed on it. And I
feel like he's
why
yelling
this?
in my
I
ear
know
right
why
now.
this
I
feel
feel
like this needs.
but he's just talking real loud.
bro.
And who does he call to tell the story to? Yeah.
Guess what I just did, Katie?
I'm mad.
And I'm like, why? Why are you like this? I'm like, you just
This
chose
is
straight up
this is
violence.
that you have to pay for.
Yo, I'm peeing on the door handles. I'm peeing on the chairs in the back. Nigga, I peed on anything that
Outside in the rain?
Man.
No, it was under the cover, so that shit won't get rained on, nigga. I'm just spraying that shit, nigga.
Were there any cameras?
I hope so. Dick out, nigga.
This has been terrible. I don't know this guy.
Yeah, I chose violence last night.
No, that wasn't violence, man. That was just nasty.
Menace.
Petty.
All right. Well, now that he's gotten that out of his system,
Would you like a
Let's
slice
bring
of
it back now.
petty pate?
let's talk about your walk-in story,
Thank you,
like the
Katie.
basis of our show. You know, what's your walk-in story? Like, you know, whether it's good, bad, happy, sad. What's made you go into the walk-in? What's made you go in there for your release? Like, whatever you need to get off your chest.
Man, my walk-in story. Man, well, you know, I guess everyone has like infinite walk-in stories. I've definitely had like the, you know, before I realized the benefit of non-slip shoes. You know, a couple of those incidents where I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm gonna wear these cool-looking shoes to work, and then you eat shit in the walk-in, and of course
I
the
still wear
text
my
goes
fucking
around.
Chucks.
Yeah, well, Chucks are actually pretty solid, but man. I don't know. The walk-in's one of those interesting. I can't say I have any like crazy walk-in stories.
It could
You
be
know,
a
aside
happy story.
well, most of the walk-in, I feel like in scenarios that I've had are more a piece of trying to be mindful again. Like, you know, the stepping into there, kind of just something about just having the quiet and the hum of a refrigerator outside of. And it's
White
crazy because
noise.
you know when you
Yeah,
walk
for
back
sure.
out and then you can hear the madness in the restaurant. And you're like, wow, there's literally such a divide, but.
The cackling.
I go in there to breathe a lot. You know,
Yeah.
that's one of those where you just have to sometimes okay, and then just hype yourself back up to get back out there. I did eat shit one really really bad time, and I did the thing where instead of letting management find the video later, I was like, "Hey y'all, I just ate shit in the walk-in. Can I get the video?" You know, when like it's not fun to be bullied if you're enjoying being bullied. You know, like when bullies bully you, like ha ha ha, and you laugh along. They don't like it. It's like if I just jump on the front end of this and get the video and send it around myself, then no one's gonna really give me shit about it. That didn't really work, and it was this like sideway thing. And the funniest bit is like I hit pretty hard, and then I stand up and like have this moment, and you just see me go. Fuck! And then I just gather everything I dropped, you know, had to throw a bunch of shit away, and I was just like, damn it, man. But I don't know, that walk-in, there's also a new place for the walk-in for me. I've tried as part of my kind of like being better for myself and trying to increase the longevity of my life. I've been biking to and from work.
Man, I miss biking.
Which is like about 9 miles in if I take like the Shelby Greenway, and then about 6 back. But the 6 back is through the city, and it's like later at night, so it's not as crazy. But the walk-in is one of my best friends because these humid ass mornings when I be trying to bike in, and then I get there and it's like, holy shit, I'm just like drenched in sweat.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just go sit in that walk-in, and it's like, okay, you're at work, you can do this. You got this, and then you step back out, and you're like, okay, here we go. And then, you know, like, I'm sure you guys have it too. Like, I know, Vic, I've worked with you too. Like, it's one of those things where I feel like there's certain people that you work with that have that second gear that you know you can key into, and then there's some people that just don't have it, you know. And that's one of those things where normally if I'm in the walk-in, it means I'm working with someone that doesn't have that second gear.
Right, so you gotta like get
And
yourself
you
mentally
gotta be
fucking
like,
ready.
fuck, here we go, because I'm gonna be pulling some weight. But nah, man, it's that, or I'm listening to Tales from the Walk-In while I'm putting away booze. That's the walk-in scenario. I know I've heard a ton of y'all's, but I feel like every weekend there's a new walk-in story. That's kind of the beauty of what's gonna happen for y'all. It's like we can talk about this forever.
You haven't heard the last one.
I know.
Which one? Who's that?
Oh, it hasn't been released yet.
I mean, you got to think about it, man. Dude, we've only released what episode? This is
16 was I think the last
15 or 16. This is episode 24.
Hell yeah.
So you know.
Dude, we talked about that last time when we popped
Brian.
over to Neighbors.
Man, dude,
that was a cool little chat, man.
I told both of them about that conversation, man, and like it was one thing that you said that stuck with me, and you were like, man, you know, sometimes the universe just waits for the right people to do the thing that it leaves for them, man, and like. Me and you just said that. I mean, it was just two homies sitting down and just.
I don't even know what happened, man. I think I just we were dropping you off at your car or something, and I don't even remember where that was. Were you at?
No, we it was something, and it was like, yeah, let's go to Neighbors and get some food.
And we were like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. What the fuck was that? I can't remember. I don't know. I feel like I dropped you off at your car here, and then we went to Neighbors.
Yeah.
But were you maybe at my? No, you. We had just randomly texted, I think, and you had left your car at Queen Ave. And I was like, dude, I'm off today. I'll just come pick you up. And then we were like, let's go to Neighbors and shot the shit. But no, dude, that's so, I mean, again, seeing the progression. And again, what all three of y'all are doing, man, I don't know if people tell you this or not, but I'm proud of y'all. That shit is crazy to find something that resonates with so many different people on like the same level amidst some shit that like really fucked with everybody's world. You know, like the last show I was scheduled to play was like the day before they shut the whole world down, and like thinking back on that, I mean, like you remember like Tiger King pandemic. You remember when that shit was happening? People were like, what's about to happen? You know, and like I don't know, but this crazy ass motherfucker's on TV trying to kill this bitch.
And fuck Carol Baskin.
Everybody knows Carol Baskin.
I held out on the longest watching that shit. I was like, I couldn't. My sister was like trying to get me to watch it, and I was like,
you gotta watch that shit.
And then I was sitting on the couch, and I kept calling my sister like on FaceTime, and she was like, stop fucking calling me. I was like, no, bitch, because you got me watching this fucked up show. I was like, what the fuck is it?
What do you mean the kids aren't gay, but they're still in the three-way with this guy? What?
I was like,
that sounds a little weird.
I said, this is the trashiest shit I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, but I mean the whole fact that like everyone in the world had, you know, half a year essentially that was like, no, this is not how your life is gonna go, and all you could do is react to it, you know. And I'll be the first to admit, like, thinking back on it, if they were to, I don't think they'll lock it down again, but if they were to lock it down again, there's so many other things that I was like, man, I wish I would have done this or done that when I didn't have to go into work, you know. And it's almost kind of crazy. I was like so glad to be back to work, but now I'm almost like, damn, is there a way we can just not go back to work again?
It kind of happened quick as fuck, though. I mean, we've talked about that on here also. Like, you know, it was just like one day, you know, it's just like a slow increase on like, you know, like every like what month, month 2 months it'd be like, and then the next thing you know, it was just all like, boom, we're fucking open.
What? Yeah, that's true. I mean,
too. Hey, I know you're used to working this, but now
it's wide open.
Yeah.
I wish I would have just jumped in my car and drove west. But like, man, the fucked up thing about quarantine, man, they shut down all the national parks.
Oh yeah, you couldn't even get in the night. You couldn't even get outside.
Cause you couldn't even be outside. What the fuck? Like I was like, shit, man. You know, like I'll just gas up the Marrow and just go west. Yeah. And like, you know, I'm getting you know, government money. Like shit, man. I'll buy a tent somewhere at Walmart. Walmart was open. I go to Walmart, buy a tent, just like hang out in the woods somewhere or some shit.
We should still do that. Let's all call out for a week. Let's all call out of work for a week.
And let's drive west. Let's just drive west.
I mean, dude, here's the thing. That's what life's about, right?
A lot of shit's west.
You talking about west in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
West of the Andes.
West Tennessee, nigga.
We're going out to the Wild West.
We're going to Memphis on Beale Street to camp out.
We went to Beale Street.
Wild. That was the wildest shit.
He's like, you trying to get out to West End? I don't get that. Like, what, West Nashville? Yeah.
I'll go get some of that barbecue before we wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
You know what's up. 86.
86.
What would
it
be?
What would I 86?
Talk to us.
Dude, I knew this was going to come, and I thought I had like 5 different ideas. I'd be like, bam, bam, bam. But now I'm sitting here like 86.
Gotta catch you off guard.
Let's see. If I could 86 one thing. Ah, man. I don't even know. Man, 86 people that don't think they have to give me a card to start a tab.
How else does this work?
Would you like to start a tab? Yes.
We're not working on the honor system.
Do you need my card? Yes, sir. Not that I don't think you're going to walk away without paying me, but I just want to make sure that doesn't happen.
That's how tabs work.
Yeah, that's how tabs work. Honestly, I think, the biggest thing I'd say I think very rapidly, and like you were saying, how quickly things opened back up, I think it happened way faster that people forgot how to treat us in this business. Man. And, you know, like, I would 86 the people that come up to me and tell me they've got a real job. Like the thing that I do isn't a real job. You know, because I feel like, again, like the bartending thing for me is like a means to an end to try and, you know, do music and do, you know, make a living and stuff like that. But it's one of those things where people be like, you know, I had a real job for a while and then I was and I'm like, what the fuck do you like? What do you think this ain't a real job?
Like the music industry and service industry, man, aren't there jobs that people don't consider it being real until you're in like a higher up position?
Yeah.
People, you know, like people like, okay, yeah, you're working in a bar, but until you own a bar, you don't have a real job.
It's real
you
until it's real until you're on a global pandemic and motherfuckers forget that they don't know how to cook or make a drink for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's real at that point because y'all motherfuckers didn't know how to do shit. So you're
really
welcome.
tough.
You're welcome that we're back. The ones that came back, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Take out beverages.
Well, I think you also I think got to shout out folks that used to be in the industry with us that ended up getting out of it. I feel like, you know, I don't know if you guys ever had that time where people are like, man, I'm quitting, I'm going to this other place, and they think you're going to be upset about it. Every time someone tells me they're quitting a job that I work with, I'm like, good for fucking
Good for
you,
man.
dude.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Proud of you.
Go do something. Go do something else. But nah,
Like, if
man.
it's
I
not your
think
thing, it's not your
people
thing.
at the beginning when we kind of reopened back up pretty quick, people were like sympathetic, like, "Oh man, we haven't been to service, so they treated you pretty well." But that shit's over now. People want their shit fast, and oh, I've been waiting this long for my drink. Well, sir, we only have 2 people that are here.
I've been waiting for a year to fucking work.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
The fuck up.
There's only 12 of us here, and this is a 300-person restaurant. You know what I mean? Hey.
I've been waiting for y'all ass not to be dicks no more. And
Yeah,
like,
it's-
you're still waiting.
It's
Still
still
waiting.
happening.
Still waiting.
I don't know how you can go through something like so influential and so detrimental to our society and then come back and expect
The better than the before service.
yeah.
Like not even like expecting you to just be as strong as you were.
Some motherfuckers
before.
are ready to yelp.
Yeah.
Y'all
man.
didn't lose y'all motherfucking yelp fingers.
No, they
Them-
the hell
them-
no.
them-
They
them
been- they
fingers-
been home practicing.
Man.
I haven't got to complain all year.
They got a bunch of
I'm
pre-written ones.
Got motherfucking fury
Pre-written
fingers
ones.
like a
I
motherfucker,
don't
like
know
ready
why
to
they
fucking go.
Mini dumbbells with the thumbs and shit. just
I
to get the
do
shit
not
ready,
know
like-
why this person doesn't like me. I've been yelling at them all day, but like, I don't know why they're not giving me good customer service after I've been yelling at them. Like, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, I was just about to say fuck you.
Yeah, fuck
I
you.
won't go drop the N-bomb, but fuck you.
What kind of
I think fuck you is enough.
what kind of person fucking really goes into after a dinner and thinks I need to write down how my experience was? You got to be a weird type of motherfucker to write
I don't
down.
really care about your reviews. I don't give a shit about your reviews.
I don't give a fuck about your good reviews, and I damn sure don't give a fuck about your bad reviews. It's like, why are you even writing about it? Just experience and tell
Just
your friends.
enjoy the moment.
And tell your friends if
Or
it's a
not.
good restaurant or a bad restaurant.
If you're gonna give me a review, make it a good one and make it just conversational in front of my manager.
They
while
should
I'm at
start
work.
charging people to write reviews. If they started charging people to write
Isn't that a
reviews,
critic?
there
That's
would be
when the
less
people that get
reviews.
paid to
no
review are a
bullshit.
critic, right?
Charging somebody like you have to have a subscription to Yelp to
What-
actually
right.
write a review.
Like,
that would be lit.
It's like
If
an
you're
OnlyFans,
fucking
right? You're
over-
not gonna
If
you're
you're
not gonna
over
pay.
50 characters, you have to pay a certain amount for
No,
each
I think
other
I think it should be
Like
just in general.
like
in
who
general.
who is like supplying Yelp with money at this point? Because I'm like you don't have to pay. for Yelp.
86
It's
Yelp.
Google, right?
86 Yelp.
Yeah,
Doesn't
80,
Google-
86
Yeah, 86
Yelp.
Yelp.
Also, like the same, like be more conscious, like to the fact that you know how you have a shitty day, and then sometimes your reaction to other people isn't fucking like it's not
It's
pleasing.
not always gonna be positive.
Yeah.
Right. Think about what we're fucking going through behind this fucking bar. I'm literally pouring fucking sweat.
Yeah.
I'm hot as a motherfucker. There's no
You might
AC
take
in
some.
here. I'm like taking care of all these motherfucking people. My mental's a little fucked up, and all I'm trying to do is literally crack out fucking drinks and get them to you as quickly as possible.
We have lives as well.
And
people.
here's the thing.
Whenever you're
We're
not just
human
about pleasing
beings.
you.
Right.
We're
we
human
all
We are
have
beings.
human beings.
lives that you don't know.
I'm not a fucking robot. Like I
Yeah.
don't like. I can't tell you. I'm not a psychic. I can't tell you what the fuck you want to drink. You need to tell me, and you need to be ready, and you need to know. And
We
also,
just need
just
people
like
to be more
yeah,
conscious about us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, at the
we
end of
get it. You want something, but at the same time,
I want something too.
I know I'm
Shit,
here
yeah.
to serve you. That's
At-
literally the service. I know I'm here to serve you.
At the
I
end of
know.
the day,
You don't have to be a
man,
dick about it.
At the
Don't
end
be
of
a
the
dick.
at the end of the day, we are not just accessories to your night.
Yeah.
We are
As much as you may think.
Yeah, as much as you may think, we are not things. We are real people that also have lives also, and you know, pay attention to that. Like, be more understanding, man. Just be kind, you know, like, because we are people also, man. Could you imagine if you like fucking doing your emails on your couch or whatever the fuck you do, you motherfuckers at work from home?
Would you like me yelling at you while you're doing
like,
it?
you're not typing fast enough, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, hey, type faster.
And then you get
emails ain't sent out.
And then we hop on an app and be like, listen, this guy types slow emails. Don't go to this guy if you want an email. Yeah.
He is typing
His
5
Guam,
words for every 5
Guam.
minutes.
You guys remember Guam? Did y'all have Guam when you had to type at school?
Oh, yeah.
General words a minute, I think it was,
Yeah.
or something. Your average, and you had to cover your hands with the cardboard.
Oh my God.
Now every kid, as soon as they pop out, they're like, I can learn the computer in a second.
But, you know, I'm saying,
turn it
like,
off
I
and
mean,
on
could you
again.
imagine, like, if other industries had Yelp for them?
Man, maybe that's the next move. That's the app that's the new app idea.
Like, oh, yo, man, I went to the Apple store, and I'm just saying.
Man,
you know
Todd's
what
a
I'm
dick.
saying?
Todd's a dick. Yeah.
Tim didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Tim kind of fucked up. You
Listen,
know?
I was
didn't know
cashing
what iCloud
I was
was.
cashing my paycheck, and that teller at the bank, kind of a dick.
Kind of a dick.
Kim
Kind
was
of a dick.
bitch. She gave me too many small bills. I asked her for big bills. She said she didn't have them.
Yeah.
1 star.
Why don't they have them?
Well, and I don't.
It's a bank.
It's a bank. You got all bills. I want them in $2 bills, and like,
I don't know if y'all ever have this feeling though. This might be my defense mechanism against like the negativity and the bullshit that does happen when you do have someone that's like testy and wants to just talk shit about you. It kind of does give me this sense of gratitude that it's like, I didn't turn out like you did.
Right.
You know, and so you can berate me all you want. I'm going to still leave this job a little stressed, but I'm going to still be me. And I know that that's going to be a better quality of human than what you just have provided me in this experience. So that's what I've worked on through the pandemic is gratitude. Like, I mean, the fact that, look at this fun, creative day that we just got to have. You know, like even the fact that I'm breathing is something that there's gratitude in. And like when people neglect to acknowledge gratitude, it just makes me more grateful that I'm the type of guy that can recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hanging with some new friends, some of my old friends now that are, and we're being creative. We're just talking, and people want to listen to it. Like
Right.
how
Fucking
crazy
wow.
is that? Like
wow.
how crazy is like, dude. That guy talking about falling in the walking. How many times have I done that? But like, and that's cool too. Again, proud of you guys for doing this because this is badass, and this is
Appreciate it, bro.
whether you know it or not. Even giving the voice to people that haven't had a chance to express that, even this, and listening to other people getting shit off their chest is huge because it's like, dude, we're all putting up with bullshit. Bullshit. Maybe that's what we start doing. We'll make some jingles for y'all that you can have little soundbite things.
Yes.
I'm waiting on the
That's some
soundboard.
bullshit.
But, you know,
that's some bullshit.
Man, no bullshit, Derek, man. I don't think anything else needs to be said after what you just said, man.
Hey, man.
This has been Tales from the Walk.
Tales from the Walk.
Episode 24. Derek, please tell them where they can find you at on Instagram. And
I'm at, man, I got to change this too, but I'm at call_me_Dēdo. Call me Dēdo. It's Dēdo's my stage name. Look it up.
D-E or
Spotify, D-E-D-O.
D-E-D-O. There we
Look,
go.
Spotify, Apple Music. If you need some happy hip hop in your life as well, look me up, man. We're all in this together, and it's all about love.
Yep. This is your boy Clay. Strong back daddy.
Strong back. Is it Zaddy with a Z?
Zaddy
I
with a Z.
knew it. I
Zaddy.
thought I was hearing that right. I didn't.
Zaddy
You know,
with a
sometimes
Z.
people be saying it. You're like, did they say Daddy? Or
It's Zaddy.
Zaddy.
At the professional on Instagram. Also, well, I guess after this episode release, the voting polls are going to be closed, so I'm not even going to promote that right now.
It's your girl, Katie. HBK, the Hot Box Kid, or whatever.
Box Kid.
Ow. Happy Nappy Froyo, HAPINAPI FROYO on the gram. You know, Katie Sadiq. You know where to find me. I'm here, sassy as ever, and the ass is still coming, y'all.
Fast on the way. On the way.
Hey, I did hear the little mention of it on the
Hey.
16th episode about that was coming around. And
Oh,
I
you
was
about to
like,
hear a lot about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
bet.
yeah,
well,
ass
hey,
on the way.
hey, listen, good for you for being proud of it too. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
This is the day and age of strong, powerful women, man.
Run it up.
Run it up, man. This is Vic. Hot sauce tuna sandwich.
And why is it sandwich?
Because, man, any way you flip a sandwich, man, the bread
Bread
comes
comes first, baby.
And that's Tails.
I like that, dude.
The bread comes first.
The bread comes first. I might have to get a sandwich tattoo now, dude. That's some real shit.
A sandwich tattoo? Just a sandwich, just a regular ass sandwich.
No, a tuna sandwich with a hot sauce on it. I think I'm gonna get a tuna sandwich tattoo with like Louisiana pouring on.
You gotta be a mean ass graphic artist who like, oh, that's tuna on his own.
Yeah. You know, I thought it was salmon.